Hi everyone, it's Tammy and welcome to podcast number 9. Today is the 19th of November and I am filming from my home in Fishers, Indiana, and I am off today. Today is Monday and I am so happy that I am off today. I took off this entire week except for Friday, which I actually am having the day off because I am going to Chicago on Saturday. So Saturday I go to Chicago for a week for a seminar, a conference, a convention, I guess. It is every week at this time of year, and every year at the week right after Thanksgiving in America. And it's a lot of fun. It's very busy, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm going to be going to that for work. But it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a break beforehand, and then I have to get all of my knitting stuff together in a separate suitcase so that I can have stuff to do while I'm there, right? And I get to see one of my very best friends, Tracy, so I'm excited to see her too. So welcome to everyone who is new, and welcome back to all of those that have been here for a while. I really appreciate you being here, and I just started this knitting podcast just because it's so much fun to knit, and I have so many things to show and so many things to talk about that I wanted it to be a separate podcast. I have been knitting I started knitting at the RSNA when I was there last year in Chicago. I bought some knitting supplies while I was there. I actually brought some, but I hadn't started until I was there because I have some downtime to myself. So I thought, well, while I'm sitting in the hotel room, I may as well knit. And the reason that I started knitting, I had learned a couple of years prior, from a friend of mine. She knitted and she taught me how. And at Christmas that year, I got a skein of yarn and knitting needles, and I started using it a little bit, and I made like a big blob. I didn't know when to stop. I didn't know that you were supposed to count stitches or any of that. So it was kind of useless, and my cats slept on it, and then I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure it ended up getting put in the garbage. But anyway, I went to a craft fair, which I love to go to, last year, and I saw and bought a cowl that was arm knitted, and she was doing it right there, and she was saying how she was loving it and it was a new hobby. And the cowl I thought was beautiful. I still think it's beautiful. I didn't bring it down, but I thought, you know what? I want to learn how to do that. So that's kind of where I started. And at first I started with the loom, and I was loom knitting, which is fun. But when I started using the sticks, I really like those. And now I'm into the interchangeable needles, and I really like those with the cables. I use those for just about everything now. I did make some washcloths that I did not use the cables on, and I have a cat up here, and you guys are on a box on my couch. So sorry if you get a little whoopity whoopity. That means like seasick. So I have lots to talk about today. What I'm drinking, let's talk about that first. I have a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. My friend Tracy told me that Dunkin' Donuts started selling cinnamon swirl coffees for the holidays. And so I thought, ooh, that sounds delicious. I love cinnamon coffee. My favorite coffee right now to brew at home is the Cinnabon coffee cups or K-cups, and I love those. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts just now returned, and got this cinnamon macchiato, and I told her this is awful, and I called it a cinnamon yucchiato. But that's my third sip. I came home and I stirred it up really well, and it's better. It's better. I can definitely taste the espresso, which isn't a bad taste, but it's very strong. I could probably put another sweetener in there, but I don't really want to because it's sweet enough, really. The only thing that it would do would be to cut the tartness of that espresso a little bit, which I think I would enjoy a little bit more, but not as much as I would enjoy not having the added sugar. So I'm not going to put any in, but I like it. I can't deny it now. I like it. I also have my Snoopy cup over here, which is almost empty of my coffee from this morning, which is the cinnamon. And this is more my taste, but it is cold, which I don't mind drinking cold coffee, but you know. So that's that. Little bit of catch up before I get into everything. I wrote some notes, so I have to have my glasses on to tell you what those are. I already told you about the convention. Oh my goodness. And then Katie. Oh my goodness. So I have two kids, Katie and Alex. Katie goes to college and she's a junior, and Alex goes to college and he's a freshman. Katie is going to be 21 on the 29th of this month. Holy cow, I can't believe it. So I'm going to be at the convention when she turns 29, but then and her birthday's on a Thursday, like the week after Thanksgiving. I think that's right. And then so I'm going to celebrate her birthday with her on Friday. I think I'm going to, on my way home, go stop at her college and take her out and get her gift. I need to order still, but I was told that Cyber Monday that AT&T is going to have some really good sales. So I want to get her a new iPhone. So I'm going to wait until I see what the Black Friday sales are or Cyber Monday sales are. And I will get her that. And then I also need to order a case from Amazon, but I'm not exactly sure which phone I'm going to get her. It kind of depends on what has the best bargain. I know I'm not going to get her the new 10. That's just too expensive, but I might get her the 8. Or I might get her the 7. I have a 7 and I like it just fine. But when I was looking at prices before, the difference between the 7 and 8 was like $30. And so if that's the case, I'll just go ahead and get her the 8. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm leaning right now. But I want to see what the deal is when they have the big sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we shall see. Also, Dennis turned 49, my husband, on Thursday, the 16th of November. And you know what's so funny? He didn't even realize it was his birthday. No, Friday the 16th. He didn't even realize it was his birthday. He knew his birthday was the 16th. He didn't forget his birthday, but he didn't realize that that was the day. And he was like, he came downstairs and I said, happy birthday, and I greeted him with a big hug and kiss. And he was like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize it was my birthday. I don't know how you can be like that. He's so funny with stuff like that. He doesn't remember birthdays, or he remembers a lot of things, but he's not good with dates at all. Even like his kids' birthdays and stuff, he's like, wait a minute, when is that? He seems to remember our anniversary. He always thinks my birthday is March 8th when it's March 11th. So I don't know, goofy, but whatever. I've never forgotten my birthday before. I thought that was pretty funny. And let's see, the weather has been pretty good. It's been fall, which is great. It's been kind of rainy yesterday and today, but I like that and I love fall, so I'm super excited that we can enjoy the fall weather and enjoy the seasons, I guess. So that's been nice. It has been raining a little bit, or snowing a little bit, not enough to stick, but there was one day last week when it was totally ice. When I went to go get my car, I had to let my car like run for a while because it was just totally iced over. And the day before that, my car wouldn't start and I had to get a battery, so that was crazy, but whatever. So that's that. And I have been trying to keep myself extra busy because the holidays and all of this time of year kind of is a little bit depressing. I know that other people suffer from that this time of year, and so I've been trying to keep myself busy, and I think that when you see all of the projects that I've been working on, you will realize that yes, I have been. And let's go ahead and get started with some of the finished objects. I am so excited about this one. This just came off of the block, the drying block this morning, and this is the Winter Lake shawl. And this is my first shawl ever. So, I mean, it's pretty big. It's still a little damp. And I love it. Now, I don't really particularly like it with the sweater, but I love the shawl. I like the colors. And this is all Malabrigo yarn. It's all Rios. I don't remember all of the names. I know this one's Ivy, and I know that this one, no, I don't know, but I think that this one is, I need to write these down and tell you guys, and I meant to do that and totally forgot, so I apologize. I don't know the colors, but they are on Ravelry. If you go to Ravelry and you look at my projects, you'll see them. They are all there, and you can find me on Ravelry under TT.Scraps. So I am there, and I just think it is beautiful. I'm gonna open this window a little bit though because I am getting warm. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful shawl. I love it. It uses 3 skeins, almost all of the red and almost all of the green. I'm talking like probably 3 yards or less of each of those colors. I had a little bit more of this middle one, which I think was Anniversario or something. But so you'll have a little bit left of that one. I probably only used about half of a skein of that. So 2.5 skeins probably is in reality how much it took. But I am loving it, honestly. And I made it. I'm so excited. So it has the pretty cabling. I don't know, you can see it better here. So the red, both parts of the red are cabled. And then the this section is all like, I don't know what that's called, but yarn overs. And then this is garter stitch. So it is very pretty, and it blocked out very well. And I can't wait to like just wear it with something. I should have just worn it today, but like I said, I literally took it off the blocks right before I left to go get coffee. So I am super thrilled with that. It's very pretty, and it's so soft and squishy, and it's the Malabrigo Rios yarn that I just absolutely love. So I also have another finished object. This is the antler hat from Tin Can Knits, and I used a woolly wool for this from Beaver Slide Company, and it is pretty woolly. I mean, as a matter of fact, I could feel the lanolin on the yarn when I used it. And I really like it though, and I like how this hat turned out, and it's still kind of damp from blocking it too. And it smells all right. I used soak, and I bought samples of all of the different kinds all the different scents that they had at this particular place. I bought a sample of each. And this one was Celebrate. It's not my favorite. I had used one last week, I think Ivy, maybe, and I didn't like that one at all. This one's better. It's still not great. The first one smelled like a wet dog. I was like, I don't like this scent at all. But this one's all right, and I used it for all of these that I blocked, which I blocked this and then 2 hats. So I'll show you the shawl and 2 hats. I'll show you the other hat next. But I think this turned out really cute. My husband really likes it, and it's kind of longer, so it pulls over his ears, and he's got a small head in diameter, so this fits him really nice, and he really liked that. So that was part of his birthday present. And then the last thing that I blocked was this beautiful hat, again with Malabrigo yarn, Rios, and you can't really see the pattern in the camera, but it has a beautiful pattern with yarn overs, and oh, that's a better view. And this I know is Teal Feather from Malabrigo yarn, and it's kind of like a wider hat, like it's a bigger hat, but I think it's cute how you wear it. I don't know, I'm not huge into hats, but I kind of like this. I think I can pull this off. I don't know, I think it's all right. And I thought that I had the pattern over here, and maybe I don't. Let me see. It is on Ravelry though. Like I said, I do keep all of them on Ravelry. And I want to make a hat similar, if not exactly, this pattern for my friend Tracy. And I bought the ivy colored Malabrigo yarn for her, which is this beautiful green color. So I'm going to take that with me to Chicago so I can knit that up for her there. But I just think it's really cute how it's kind of slouchy and just really cute. But you can see that it's a lot wider of a hat than my husband's. It just, there, that shows you really well. It's a lot wider, but it fits a lot differently than his. I'm not going to put his on because, oh, maybe I will. He has a smaller head than me, like, but he wanted to be able to pull it all the way down over his ears, which this one you can do. And yeah, it's a nice hat. I really like the pattern on it, but it's not, it's too, I don't know, it's not round enough for me. This one fits a lot better. This one though, I think is like, it's just made to be like a floppy hat. It's not supposed to be like really warm or anything, but it's just really kind of cute. I just think it's like a cute hat. So That is fun. And I don't know the pattern name. I'm really bad at that. I will get better. I will definitely try to get better. I may have put the pattern over there. I'm going to try to move over there and check it out. Oh, goodness. I have lots of fun things to show you guys. Okay, so here is the Winter Lake pattern. That's my shawl, and it's by Kristen Kimsey. And these colors are beautiful too. But I really, really like it. I would recommend that for sure. It is here. Here it is. So this hat is from Carrie Westerman, and it's called Seaforth. And I think that that example is done in Malabrigo yarn too. Yes, even in Tingle Feather. So that's pretty funny. It's the exact same color. And that's how the back looks. So it's really cute, and I like the hat a lot. So there is that. Let's see, other finished projects. I finished, and I don't think I showed these last time I talked about them, but I don't think I showed them, from there's a podcast that I watch, Periscoping Sisters, and you can find them on YouTube, and they did a mystery glove or mitten knit along, and this is them. And I just think they turned out really cute with that little mouse sitting on top of presents. So this is definitely a keeper for me. I am loving these. I have been wearing those. And then I have a friend who has a little baby, and I wanted to make a baby sweater just because they looked like this, so much fun. And I showed this last time where it was still in pieces, but I finished it. How cute. And I put a little snap right there. So I sewed that little rhinestone on, but it's just a little snap, so she doesn't have to button it. She can just snap it, and then the back has the two cables going down, and each little sleeve has cables. And this was done in parts. It was the side panel, arm, back panel, and then you put it all together, and then you have to like sew in the collar. And that was the first time I'd ever done any of that, and I think it turned out really well. I think it's really, really cute. And I think she's gonna like it a lot. So that's a Christmas present. And I had so much fun making it that I thought, you know what, I wanna make some more. And this is kind of silly. I know that my kids are not married, not trying to think about babies or any of that, but I will be a grandma someday. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make a couple sweaters just because they're so fun to make. I mean, one skein of yarn for, well, 100 gram skein of yarn, or I think the purple one was, I used probably about 70 grams. But look at this. This is in the Malabrigo yarn. I don't have a button on it yet, so it's just open right now. A little cardigan. Look at how cute this is. And I did not block this. I don't know if I'm going to, but the back has a little ridge right there, and then the bottom, and it has the cute little decoration up here. And this does have little eyelets, and the example was shown with a ribbon through that, and I don't think I'm gonna do that. And this was just, I think it was called the Quickie 5-hour sweater, and it was a free pattern on Ravelry, and it was just adorable. And I did this one, I'm trying to think of the color name, but I did it in the Malabrigo yarn, and the colorway I think was Aquas. So just a blue color, and it's just, I just love their colors because they are so tonal and just so beautiful. So that was kind of neat. So I made that little cutie. And there's tons of free baby patterns on Ravelry, tons. I love Ravelry. I can't tell you enough about it. So check them out. And then I found this little sleeve, like little cap sleeved sweater. This one was called the Twist. Isn't that adorable? And that's why it's called the Twist, because it has that little cabling in the back, and it just has these little capped sleeves. Just a sweet little sweater that I might put a button on. I don't know. I did order some buttons. I haven't gotten them yet, but I ordered some from a yarn shop out of the UK. So I ordered some yarn and some buttons. So I should be getting that sometime this week, but so cute. And this was yarn that I had in my stash thanks to one of my viewers who had a niece that used to knit, and she passed away, and she sent me a box full of yarn, and it was just beautiful yarn. So I've been using that for some things, and I used it for this sweater, and I love it. So I also used it to make some mittens for Katie, and these are the Hastings mittens. These are, I know that I have the pattern for these somewhere. These are from the Grocery Girls. Tracy made these, and she has the option for the full mitten or the fingerless glove mittens, and I chose to do the fingerless gloves for Katie because I had done those for another friend, and I showed Katie, and Katie said that she really liked them, and I didn't have any more of the same color. I used purple for my friend Janie's. Hi Janie. But Katie, I found this beautiful blue, and it is baby alpaca, and this was from my friend. It's so nice. It's so soft and squishy, and I saved the tag so I could show you. It's this Baby Alpaca Air, and it's by Plymouth. Oh, it's Plymouth yarn, and this is in the color denim. And it's just gorgeous. So that's what is on here. And then I just used some Wool of the Andes classic worsted for the off-white color. I don't know what they call it. It looks like they call it Aran. I don't know. So I think I have enough left to do a whole nother pair, and I'm thinking about making a pair for me because I really like the way these turned out. I think they just turned out really, really cute. So those are a present for Katie. And I'm still on finished objects, but I will show you a half of a finished object that I am using from Deerskein Knits. I know that I've talked about her every podcast, but I can't help it. I love her stuff, and she has some new patterns coming out, or out already. One is a mystery though, and that the first clue doesn't come out until I think December 3rd, I think she said. And that is that a mitten or a sock? I think it's a mitten. Yes, I know it's a mitten because she also has a new sock pattern though, and I did purchase it. Oh, whoops, that's just loose yarn. I haven't done any socks yet though, but that's something. So anyway, this was her. I'm in a club with her, and so she puts out a new pattern every month from August, September, October, November, December, and this is November's pattern. And these are like little hearts. I have not blocked these. I haven't even finished. I haven't done the thumb yet, and then I still need to do the whole second mitt. So, but I thought these were really pretty. I like the beautiful lace down here. Well, it's not lace, but pattern, I guess. The beautiful color blocking is just great. And this is a different yarn to me. This is from Tove, and it is Sandness Garn. I'm probably not saying that right. Tovey? I don't know. But this was wool that Skein Deer had recommended. So I got a few skeins of that, but I got these two colors. And I know that Katie has a newfound love for pink. So I thought that I would do her some full-length mitts in the pink. And I'm getting better. My little stripes up the side are a lot better. So, you know, practice, practice, practice. But I am loving making mittens. I really do like it. They do hurt my hands a little bit, and I have to like stop and kind of stretch out my knuckles. But I do like them. So I can't do mitt after mitt after mitt. But, you know, these mitts were pretty easy. And I would say it took me maybe a day to make each one. So, I mean, not long, and not working on it all day long either, but yeah, it's kind of cool. And this one too, I would say if I have like a Saturday or a Sunday, I can get a mitt done. But yeah. And I didn't show this last time, so I thought I'd show it this time. This is my Find Your Year cowl. This was something that I had purchased in Nashville, Indiana when I went, and each one of those stripes is represents a different year in my life. So that was kind of fun. Or Pick Your Date cowl. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but again, it's on Ravelry. Check it out. And I will do better on writing down what my pattern names are. And then this was also on Ravelry, and I talked about it last time, and I have blocked it now, and it's beautiful too. And it is a cowl, and it's zigzag or something like that, and you can see how the pattern is. Now, I didn't follow the pattern exactly right because I just screwed up a little bit, but it's not bad. It's not too off. And it was really cute. And this used 2 skeins of, this is also the Malabrigo Rios yarn. And I just love it. So that's really pretty. And I haven't worn any of these things yet. I need to wear my knitwear, don't I? And then I also have a scarf that I finished for my son. And I finished this, I don't know, it's been a little while ago, and I don't even know what I did. That's the thing that I'm looking at. I'm going, how did I knit this? What pattern did I use? I don't even know. This was one of my earlier projects. I'd say I made it probably in June or July. And I don't even know what pattern I used. But I do like it, and I think it turned out really cute. And that is my son's. And let's see, I think that's all of my finished objects. And then I have a lot of whips. So let me just show you. So I went to a meeting, and it was an all day, like 8-hour meeting. And I took some knitting, and that was the first time I've ever done that. But I thought, you know, why not? I'm going to be sitting at a table for 8 hours. And so I casted on a sock. I have never done a sock before, so I thought, well, I'm just gonna try it. And I had this cotton Crofter Baby Fair Isle DK weight. I don't know, it's probably not the best choice because it's cotton for socks. I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought I would cast something on, and I'm probably going to end up frogging all of this because it's so big. I even tried it on. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I were to make it like that, it fits a lot better, but I have it this big. And I did do a rib top, and it looks kind of cute. It's neat how it's kind of Fair Isle-y, but yeah, I'm not gonna finish that. It was fun, and it gave me something to do during the meeting, but it is not my thing, so I am going to frog that, and it's in my frog bag, which is kind of funny. And then let's see, I'm also working on a cowl. I'm doing a seed cowl, so it's going to look like that. And this is from Craftsy, which I think they're now calling themselves Blueprint. But this is the Easy Cowl 3 ways. So I could have picked to do it any of those ways. But I picked the seed stitch pattern, which is just a knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. And I also have it in Lavender Heather. And so this is it so far. I've been working on that this morning. And this is what that looks like so far. And I still have this much to go. So getting there. And it's cute. I like it. So that is one thing that I am working on. Another thing I'm working on is another pair of the Skein-Deer Knits mitts. Woo! And this one has a little cute rib at the bottom, a little stripe. And I don't know if I have the pattern in here. No, I don't. And I'm just using Wool of Andes for this, which I really like to use for her patterns because it not only can you make one glove out of, or one pair of mittens out of 250-gram skeins, and you still have a little bit left over, but it's kind of nice that, you know, so like one pair of mitts using this costs me about $5 in US dollars. So I think that's a really good deal. Sorry, my nose is itching. So I thought that I would use the wool of Andy's a lot, and then it's also 100% wool and it's not superwash, which is all things that she recommends and she likes. So that's kind of neat. Although you do have to be careful when you're gifting them to make sure that the people know how to take care of the wool. So I have a couple more mitts on my needles, those, and then these, which are really cute, but I'm thinking that they might be too wide. I don't know, but it has that really neat band on it, and that is called something, some sort of braid. Tarsian braid or something, I don't know, but I really like it. And I'm using wool of Andy's for that too. So I have this beautiful green color, and then I have like it's like a light beige, grayish beige color. So those are really cute, and those are called Into the Woods. And there was a knit along for those, but I joined it late. So here's the pair with the stripe from Stain Gear. Spoony, S-P-U-N-N-I, and that's what those are going to look like. And I did similar colors to those. And then Into the Woods doesn't really have, I can just kind of show you that. I can't really show you the pattern. So it doesn't really have like a whole pattern yet. It just, well, yeah, I say yeah. It doesn't have like, I can't see a picture of it. But if you look on Ravelry, if you type in Into the Woods, you will be able to see projects that are it. But it was a mystery cow, so I think that that's why it doesn't have like a full picture of it, but that I'm working on those kind of. I haven't spent much time on them because I wasn't sure who to give them to, and now I think I'm going to give them to my aunt, so I would still like to finish them before Christmas. So I have those two things, and then I have some slippers still that I haven't even done anything with since I showed you last time. I have the bottom part, but that's all I have so far. So I don't know how I'm gonna finish those. I think I have, yeah, I do have two bottom parts. So I don't know. And then I started this top part, but I'm just not following the pattern. So I don't know. I need to try that again. Maybe I'll try that this week. And I'm still working on Katie's Hamden sweater. This is a free pattern, but I got it from Knit Picks, or Lion Brand, sorry. And it is, it's an awful picture, but that's it. It's a sweater, but it's like a light sweater. This is the front. So it has like little holes in it and little ribbing, and it obviously has not been blocked or anything. And she's small. So I think that this will be really cute. It's just taking a long time. It feels like it's a never-ending sweater. I've done the front and the back, and I have started one sleeve, which I don't know where it is right now. Oh, here it is. So this is the sleeve that I have started. I've only gotten a couple inches, maybe 3. So I still have a lot of work to do on that because I have to do both the sleeves and then sew it together, which now I know how to sew a sweater together, so that's good. That was something that I've learned. So that is something that I'm probably going to take to Chicago with me so I can work on it there. What else do I have in my bags? In here I have the dreidel shawl, which looks like that. And I've gotten this far on it. Since the last podcast, I have gone that far, since the pumpkin. So I've gone pretty far. And I'm using Malabrigo Rios on this as well. And I like this. It's just, I love the yarn. The knit just isn't as fun as some of my other knits. So I have been kind of putting this one on the back burner and doing some other knits. But it's not one that I will stop. I really like it. It's just not as fun as some of the others. Same with this messenger shawl, which I, again, really like, but I don't have a picture of it because I bought a kit and this is how it came. And then the instructions are on the back, but there's no picture of how the shawl is supposed to look. But this is like fingering weight yarn, and it takes a long time to knit. I like it, but it's just repeats. So it's garter stitch and then the yarn overs and garter stitch and yarn overs, and it just gets wider and wider and wider. So, I mean, again, I will finish it and I like it. I like the shawl. I'm just excited about the project as opposed to the process of this one. This one I'm more excited about the project. So I just have to spend the time to actually work on it. And these are some slippers too that I was working on, and I really can't stand. I don't like this project at all. I'm not liking this yarn at all. I'm not even really understanding the whole project. But this is Lion brand. No, it's not. Loops and Threads Country Loom yarn. I just don't like it. It splits really easily. It's not very easy to use. I don't hate the colors or, you know, how it looks. I don't hate it, but I'm not like in love with it. I love the bag, but yeah, I don't know. I need to work on the slipper thing because that's something I need to work on. And then the last thing that I think I'm working on, yes, is this cute golden hour shawl. There's two of them here, so it's just one shawl. She's just holding one and wearing one. And I am doing this also in Malabrigo yarn. Everything I possibly can do in Malabrigo yarn, I'm doing. And I haven't gone very far on this, but so far I really like it. And I don't think I've made any progress since I last podcasted. But I really like the color. I like the way it looks. I'm not sure about my colors. I have mostly pink and purple. So I don't know. This one is Yerba. No, that's not right. I don't know. I don't want to tell you the names of the colors. I know the pink is English Rose, and I really like that color. I'm even thinking of making a sweater in this color because I really like that color. But I don't know. Haven't gone very far on that either. And that's from Drea Renee Knits, which I think that's Andrea Mowry. I think that there's another, I think that's what she calls herself. I don't know. I need to learn all of these people and what they all are doing. But I really like this one. Again, I just haven't worked on it much. But this one, I like the knit a little bit better than, this one is more of a process knit, just because I really enjoy the process of knitting that. Although you wouldn't be able to tell from the lack of me doing it. But I've been working on so many other things that that's what I've been doing instead. And sometimes I like to put a quick, easy project in there, like maybe the baby sweater or something like that in between, or this cowl, because it's a quick, fast, instant gratification kind of a thing, which I appreciate in between longer projects. So I can't just have, I'm not a monogamous knitter. I can't just have one thing on my needles and finish that. I like having multiple. It's fun for me to cast on all the things. So let's see. Baby sweaters. Oh, and I didn't even finish, or I didn't tell you everything that I made. I also had 2 hats that I finished and gave away. One was the Perky hat, and that is on Ravelry. And another one was one of those DMC hats that has the little football on top. You can choose different animals or whatever on top. I think it's called Top This. I did put it on Ravelry too, but I finished those 2. And yeah, so Wee Twist and Quick Baby Sweater were those ones. My whips. Oh, I'm working on the sampler hat too. I don't know where that one got to. I think that might be in the other room. I showed it the last time and I haven't made any progress on it. So I have all the things that I'm working with in Ravelry though. So go there and check out my projects if you're interested in that. Stash enhancement. Oh. Word, oh word. I was shopping like it was my job. But I bought a ton of yarn and I have done videos on them, so you will either see them or you have seen them. I bought Country Craft Creations. I bought 2 skeins of beautiful yarn that she had on sale from her Halloween collection. One was called The Shining and the other one was called The Ring, I think. And they're both beautiful colorways. I also bought a couple skeins from Dragon Horde yarn that I am waiting for. And I bought a lot from a place called Wild Indian Fiber on Etsy, and I bought a bunch of the Malabrigo Rios yarn. I was searching for it, and they had it for a lesser price than I would pay at my local yarn store, and they had tons of colors that I'd never seen before, so I ordered I think 15 skeins and had them all shipped, and they are so beautiful. I love them, love them, love them. So I did do a video on those, and if that hasn't posted yet, it will soon, and you guys can look at that and see all of the different colors that I got, because it is just gorgeous. And there's still a few colors that I didn't get that I'd like to still get. So hopefully I'll be able to make another purchase between now and January or February. And then I also purchased some things on Craftsy because they were having a really good sale. And I got this moss stitched cowl. I haven't even opened these yet. I just got them. The box that they came in, you guys are resting on. So isn't that pretty how that stitch is? Kind of a box stitch. And look at this yarn that it came with. This is Highland Roving in the color Petal, and it's just really big and squishy. And this is a Cloudborne, which I think is really nice. I really like their yarn. I don't have any problems with it. And it is 100% fine Highland wool. So that is that. I don't know if it's super washed or not. I'll have to pay attention to that, but I think it'll make a really pretty fast and easy cowl. And I really like that pink color, the light pink. Another project from them. Ooh, this is pretty. This is Cloudborne yarn, and I have a worsted twist in Stone Heather and one in moss. So those two colors will go together to make this cowl. And it is the lodgepole cowl. And so my trees are going to be the green, and then my main color is that brownish, grayish Stone Heather color. So I think that'll be really pretty. I like that one a lot, actually. I'm very excited about that. And cowls are fun because they're kind of quick and easy. Ooh, and this one's going to be beautiful. And this has really big, bulky yarn. Ooh, and it's from Cloudborne. And this is called Bonnie Cowl Knitting Kit. And look how it has two different colors. So it has this outside color and then an inside color. Super cool. So my colors, looks like I picked that same white color, same outside color as this shows. But then I have red for my inside color, which I think is gorgeous. And this is the Superwash Merino Bulky in Ruby and in Bay of Bengal. And you can see how this matches a ton of different colors. It has blue, green, red. Yeah, it would match any of those solid colors, probably even more. Oh yeah, purple, probably like a yellow. It's just really pretty. So whatever your color you wanted to be in the inside, you could do. And I like red, so I got the red, and I wear a lot of black and gray, and so I figured that this would match pretty well with that. Gosh, I might have to make that one next. I really like that. Looking at it, I'm going, gosh, but I really like all of these. And then this is going to be a sweater for my kid. This is the Area Vest Knitting Kit. And it looks like that. And then there's buttons. I don't think you can see them very well down the sides. But I love this neck. And I love the short sleeves and kind of cropped. It'll look really cute on her. And so for her, she, like I said, she has a newfound like pink. So I love this color of pink. This is Sprightly, and it's acrylic, but this is in the color Misty Pink. And it's just a really beautiful, it's not there, that's a better. It's like a dusty kind of a pink. It's beautiful. So that came with 4 skeins of that yarn. And then 2 more. So I have 2 more cowls, I think. My acquisitions. This one is the Greenlee cowl. And it's a cabled cowl. And for this one, it just came with one, ooh, it's very soft. Cloud-born fibers, 100% alpaca, baby alpaca, 182 yards, and I'm trying to see what the color is. Prism. So it's like a light gray, or a medium gray. Baby alpaca. Oh, and it's a number 5, and it says bulky, even though I'm not sure that I'd call that bulky, but I'd probably call that worsted, but you know, whatever. What do I know? So that's kind of exciting. I like that cowl too. And then lastly, I have another cowl, and this is the Startup Library crochet cowl kit. So I don't know how to crochet yet, but that is one of my goals, and that's what this is going to look like. It's beautiful. And the yarn that this came with is the Spectrum worsted yarn from Sprightly, and this is in the colorway Belize It, and it is really pretty, has beautiful colors. And I think that this is the same yarn that came with the slipper kit that I need to work on. Yeah, it is, only I got a different colorway for the slipper kit. So if I don't use it for the slippers, I can use it to make another cowl once I learn to crochet. Ugh, but fun. Okay, so that is all of my acquisitions. But then I made some project bags. Look! So it's very simple. I just put a little drawstring on it. It's a very simple bag. I didn't even really use a pattern. I was going to use this really cool Finch bucket pattern, and I bought interfacing and all these, I bought that loopy stuff. I bought all of this stuff to make these gorgeous bags, but it's so complicated. I'm not a seamstress. Just reading the pattern, I was totally confused. I would need some major help. Somebody like showing me what I'm supposed to do, because I was just not getting it. So I just kind of watched a few videos and thought, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. And so I just came up with my own kind of a thing. I wanted a drawstring, and I wanted something that was deep enough to hold my project. I wouldn't have minded it if it was a little bit fatter and not quite as tall, but when I bought the 1/4 yard of yarn for the bags, it's not very wide, so I even had to make it taller by adding some other fabric to it. So I don't know. I didn't do a very good job picking out the fabric. I mean, I did a good job picking it out. I didn't do a very good job of knowing how much to order, I guess. So I did that bag, and then I did this bag, which has a little sheep on it. Looked like yarn. Super cute. And then I did do a couple other bags, but I'm not going to show those because those are going to be gifts. And I did one for my daughter, though, that looks like this too. So she has a matching one as like me. I call her Chicken, and these are little chickens all over it. So super cute. I'm excited about that. My husband thought I did a super good job on these bags. He was like, oh my gosh, you should sell those. But no, that's not happening. And I want to see if I can make some of these smaller, like sock bags that have these snaps on them. And I know I have some snaps, but I couldn't find them, so I haven't tried to make these kind of a bag yet. Mine won't be as good as this one with a little pocket on the outside and stuff, but I love this bag. I got it from Etsy. Okay, so that is all, I think. I did want to tell you about some of my favorites. The Wild Indian Fiber place on Etsy is great. She has free shipping, so check her out. That Malabrigo Rios yarn is fabulous. You will not be disappointed. The price is right. It's less than I pay at my local yarn store, so I would definitely check her out. She can be found on Etsy. And another podcast that I have been watching right now, it's the Naughty Knitwits, and it's Knotty, And oh my gosh, it's a duo and they are so fun. I mean, I literally laugh out loud at some of their goofiness. I enjoy them a lot, and they have long podcasts, which is kind of fun when you're sitting and knitting and listening to a 2-hour podcast. It's fun. So check them out, the Naughty Knitwits. And a couple things that I've learned was blocking. I did my first blocking, so I've learned that. And then sewing the sweater. Oh, I need to write that down. Sweater sewing. Those are 2 things that I've learned since the last time I talked with you guys, and I'm really happy with both of them. And then a goal for between now and maybe the next time I see you guys, slippers. Hopefully finish those slippers, and then possibly learn how to do brioche, because there's a pattern that I wanted to do that had some brioche on it, and I've never done that before. And it sounds a little complicated, but I don't think it's that difficult from what I'm gathering. So I don't know, I'm kind of excited about trying that. So brioche, and I want to at least have a head start, or a good start on the slippers for my daughter, because I want that to be a gift for her. So I think that's everything. The only thing that I can leave you guys with a question would be, what kind of wool wash would you guys recommend? Like I said, I used the Soak brand, and so far I've used 2 different scents. I think it washes really well. I mean, like that hat that I washed, that was for Dennis's antler hat. It turned out really, really soft, which I am totally surprised, because the yarn was really not soft, and it was very lanolin-y. But it's not like that at all now, and it's actually like I would wear this against my face even. I mean, it's that soft, and it's woolly wool when you get it. So I like how it washed a lot, but the scents so far I'm not thrilled with. So if you have any recommendations, recommended wash. If you have any recommendations for washes, let me know. I know that there are some bar washes too, and I'm not exactly sure how those would work, so any help that you could provide I would greatly appreciate. So I'm just about at an hour, and I am going to let you guys go, but I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. And I know that a couple podcasts ago I said that there would be a surprise, and I'm not sure when that's coming. Maybe the problem is that I don't particularly care to podcast by myself. I like the podcasts a little better that I see when there are more than one person and they're laughing and having fun, and I'd really like to do that, so I'm working on that. So yeah. I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful week, and a very happy Thanksgiving if you're in the States and I don't see you. I am thankful for each and every one of you. Bye-bye.